Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically Forex trading, using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, this is the Forex Week in Review for the 28 majors and minors, starting with Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar for the week of the 7th of April. Easter weekend. I'd like to start off with a follow the money indicator. We currently have red is above green at a sell mode from the previous week. Nice little overall gain of 16 pips. Had an initial indication to go long here, 24 pip give back. Then a nice tiny pip gain here, and then an overall large gain here with the 70 pip gain, and another additional 33 at this point for Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. So I like this overall indicator along with the table. Kind of help me set up potential trades for not only trending currency pairs, but also those that are a little choppy, getting some consolidation zones here. Have to be careful with these consolidation zone boxes and avoid trading them until they break the box. And then you go ahead and trade with the trend. Aussie dollar Swiss franc, nice overall gain of 68 pips, then comes back down right off the Z3 excursion with a 46.4 pip gain, and then follow that by a 31.5 pip gain. And then lastly to end with a 39.1 point pip gain. Nice overall gains for Aussie dollar Swiss franc, both longs and shorts. Aussie dollar Japanese yen, overall 77 point gain from the open, then comes back down for the nice 59 point gain, and then another 116 point gain to end the week. Once we started getting into Friday, which is overall your chop, everybody was pretty much recognizing Holy Thursday and Good Friday for trading, and trading was kind of weak during this time period. So it was good to stop around Thursday morning, that kind of thing, just to kind of close out all your trades. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, nice overall gains, 50 pip to the upside, then a nice 53 pip to the downside. And one thing that you can have when you're in a downturn like this with red above green is to go ahead and put short orders here. And as you can see here, this was a quick overall gain to the downside, at least to the Z3 excursion. So that way you get an immediate pip gain of about 30.9 pips. Then it went back to the upside for another 26 pips. Aussie dollar, US dollar, same way. Nice overall immediate gain, 45 pips, then to the downside, small 5.6 gain, an overall gain of 20 pips to the downside. And as it continued, it went up and then went down again for a 1 hour loss, and then gained that back with a 29 pip gain. Canadian dollar Swiss franc, overall upside potential, really nice gain overall. 21 pip gained, and then just comes crashing down with this overall indication to go short. 67 pip gain, and then kind of Thursday, Friday kind of tapered off. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, small pip gain to the upside, and then gain to the downside, and then a nice overall gain on the last trade. Close out on Wednesday at the Heikinashi high at about 116 pip gain. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, on the other hand, was just choppy overall. Losses of 17 pips, 52 pips, and then one gain towards the end of 37.4. Your Aussie dollar is initial gain off this short that was initiated here, hit the Z3 excursion, then continued to just rocket down. Got a buy indication here, went up to this Heikinashi bend, and then back into it for 135 pip gain on that leg, and then on the next leg was 133 pip gain. Massive gains for this, and then went overhead and went short to the downside. An overall 58 pip point gain, and then it went right back up and hit that Z3 excursion for another 109 point gain. Massive gains for Euro Aussie dollar. Euro Canadian dollar, on the other, was struggling a little bit. Initial gains to the upside, about 51 pips, and then went up again for an overall loss, and then down for an overall loss. Then over on Thursday and Friday, decided not to trade during Good Holy Thursday and Good Friday. Euro Swiss franc, pretty much just two trades overall. One overall trade here for about break even, a little less than break even, and a nice gain of 39.5 pips. Euro British pound is pretty much sporadic throughout. hanging out by the Z3. This trade had a small 3.9 pip gain and then gave back a 1R here. Very choppy. Euro Japanese yen, very small pip gain, about 28 pips, and then to the downside, overall pip gain of about 101 pips, and then one last trade here to hit at about 30 pips towards the end. Overall trade here for a loss, about 13.8 pip loss, then another loss, about 22 pips, then another loss at about 25 pips. Massive attempts to try to get gains. This overall one triggered, went ahead and went in it, and it shot up all the way for a nice 200 pip gain. This was on Thursday morning, but it went ahead and triggered. Euro US dollar, nice overall gains. We had an initial pip action at break even here, then an overall pip gain of 109 pips. Initial short, tried to do initial short here. I kept my stop here at this low, and it continued to go through, and I didn't trigger this short at this point, so I had my stop in positive territory. Overall short to the short side, nice 43 pip gain, didn't trade the rest of the week. British pound, Aussie dollar, first pip gain to the downside, about 50 pips, and then this nice long overall pip gain of 137, and back in for another 76. This one closed out about 40.9 pips following the Heikinashi, and that was it. British pound, Canadian dollar, nice overall pip downside, about 40 pips, and then to the upside, hit 131 pips. This was during Thursday. I decided not to trade it. Overall pip loss, about 1R here on this short trade. This long trade, a little bit better than break even. As soon as that hit here, missed this, hit this overall short, and got about a 59.9 pip gain. Trade was very choppy here with British pound, Japanese yen. Some overall small gains going forward. This was a loss, 15 pips. This was also about an 8.5 pip gain. So overall very choppy here. And even on the short, it's a nice little gain here before it closed out here, and I didn't trade it anymore. Overall initial loss of 41 pips here. Then this beautiful 150 pip point gain here, and then this overall gain executed right after midnight. No, I'm sorry, it was right around 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Then hit this nice 137 pip gain. Overall initial loss on the short here, 1R, and then nice 105 pip gain. And then this continued to the downside with this nice overall 16.6 gain. And then choppy the rest of the week. Overall pip gain, 51 pips to the downside. Then a loss of 7.2 pips. And then this overall 50 pip gain here. There was a trade here. I missed this one though. And this had a nice 53 point pip gain, but I did miss it. Overall loss here, 21 pips. Overall loss here, 5 pips. Total 26. Then decided to give it back to me with a 32 pip gain. Overall loss 34 pips. Overall loss 11 pips, which is about a 45 pip loss. And gain to get 17.9 pips. New Zealand US dollar started off with an overall short and then had about a half-hour loss, then came back up there with this beautiful 52.5 pip gain, then this nice gain of overall 46 pips, and then overall gain towards the end of the week with a 49.3 pip gain. US dollar, Canadian dollar is just choppy all over the place. It had initial 1R loss here and then a 50 pip gain, and just decided to chop all the way through the rest of the week. 2 pips gains with 70.9 and an overall 12.5, which gives me about 30 pips. This one was an overall loss of 28, so I gave it back. 2 overall initial losses, 40.5 and 28, 68 pip loss, and an overall gain of 43 under about 20 pips. So basically overall pip gain for the week, trading mini, micro, and standard lots. Going into next week, we're looking at Aussie dollar on the short side, Aussie Swiss franc also on the short side, Aussie dollar on the short side, not on the open though, Aussie New Zealand on the long side, Aussie US on the long side, Canadian dollar Swiss franc on the long side, Canadian dollar Japanese yen on the long side, Swiss franc Japanese yen on the long side, Euro Aussie dollar long side, Euro Canadian dollar on the long side, Euro Swiss franc on the short side, Euro British Pound, long on the daily and the weekly, but short on the 4 hour, so I'm just not going to highlight it. It's consolidating again. It's very choppy within that consolidation zone here. Euro Japanese yen to the long side. Euro New Zealand, kind of on the short and long side. Right now it's on the short side for the open. Euro US dollar on the short side, even though it's got a weekly bias to the long. British Pound Aussie dollar to the long side. British Canadian dollar long side on the weekly, short on the 4 hour. So we just keep that bias at the 4 hour. British Pound on the short side. British Pound Japanese yen on the long side. British Pound New Zealand on the long side. British Pound US short. New Zealand Canadian dollar daily weekly on the short and long. Looks like pretty choppy there. See what happens. New Zealand Swiss franc on the short side. I got New Zealand Japanese yen on the long side. And New Zealand US dollar on the long side with the other US dollars to the short. Interesting to see how that works out. And pretty much consolidation here with the US dollar, Canadian dollar. And short side to US dollar, Swiss franc, and the US dollar, Japanese yen to the long side. So that's what we got going forward in terms of longs and shorts, in terms of overall bias. If you're interested in these strategies or programming in PineScript or Python, click on the links below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody. And I'll see you on Sunday, Easter Day. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like rumble button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information, go ahead and click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.